So hello everyone, good evening. कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? Today we'll be talking about this beautiful chapter. So today we'll be talking about this chapter, gravitation. We have already done one session on this. We have already done one part on this, and today we'll be going ahead. Okay, so feel free to ask any and every doubt that you are having. Just hold on. Yeah. So gravitational force is what we are going to see today. Okay. What is a gravitational force? सबसे पहले तो so gravitational force is something that any object having mass applies on another body having mass. Okay, so Earth is able to attract Moon or any other planet because of its gravitational force. It is a force of attraction between any two bodies due to their mass. Correct? Earth है और यहाँ पे you can see there are bodies they are falling on the surface of Earth, that is because of gravitational force. Correct? So this is gravitational force. यहाँ पे what are the properties of gravitational force? So gravitational force between two bodies form an action and reaction pair. Either the forces are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. They are equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. Gravitational force between two bodies is independent of the nature of the medium. ये medium के ऊपर depend नहीं करता है. तीसरी बात, द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स इज नेग्लिजिबल इन केस ऑफ लाइटर बॉडीज. अगर मास बहुत कम है तो ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स भी उनका बहुत कम होगा. इसी वजह से अर्थ हमको अट्रैक्ट कर पा रही है. हम अर्थ को उतना जो अट्रैक्शन है वो अर्थ के ऊपर कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है बिकॉज हमारा मास बहुत कम है. करेक्ट? नाउ further, gravitational force is appreciable in case of massive bodies like stars and planet. तो उसमें हमें दिखता है. तो this is one of the weakest force in nature, you can say. It is the weakest force among all the forces but has the longest range. Longest range का मतलब ये है अर्थ मून को अट्रैक्ट इसलिए कर पा रही है, सन अर्थ को अट्रैक्ट इसलिए कर पा रहा है because there is long range. So it is conservative force in nature. It is a communicated through gravitons. And it is mass dependent and charge independent. ये मास के ऊपर डिपेंड करती है, चार्ज के ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं करती है. इसके ऊपर कुछ एमसीक्यू कर लेते हैं हम. ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स इज force of attraction between earth and any other bodies, force of repulsion between earth and any other body, it is the strongest force or it is the short range. So the right answer for this question will be A. Force of attraction between earth and any other body is known as gravitational force. So what it is gravitational force? The force of attraction between earth and any other body is like in the universe is known as the gravity or gravitational force. Correct? So we have seen it over here. Now, which of the following is a property of gravitational force? कौन सी property? It is the weakest force of all forces. It has longest range. It is mass dependent. All of the above. So the right answer is all of the above because these are the properties. A, B and C are the properties of gravitational force. Okay, we have seen that over here. Now, universal law of gravitation हमें क्या बताता है? Universal law of gravitation बताता है that the force of attraction between these two bodies will be directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. So let's see. Basic idea of universal law of gravitation. According to Newton, Moon is revolving around the Earth in a circular orbit of radius rm. Moon is subjected to a centripetal acceleration due to Earth's gravity. AM is equal to v square by rm, और v की जगह हम 2 pi r by t डिस्टेंस बाय टाइम भी लिख सकते हैं डिवाइड बाय rm. AM is nothing but 4 pi square rm divided by t square, where v is the orbital speed of moon, t is the time of period of moon, that is 27.3 days. Rm is the radius of moon orbit, that is 3.84 into 10 power 8 meter. Substituting these values, AM is equal to 4 pi square into 3.84 into 10 power 8 divided by 27.3 into 86,400 whole square, that is equal to 1.63 meter per second square. AM is very much less than accelerating due to gravity on Earth's surface z. This clearly shows that the force of Earth's gravity decreases with the distance from Earth. मतलब जितना दूर हम जाते हैं force of gravity उतना ही कम हो जाता है. Newton's assumed that the force changes inversely as square of the distance and calculated the ratio of acceleration due to gravity of Earth and the Moon. ठीक है, ये assume किया गया था कि it is following inverse square law. ठीक है, AM is directly proportional to 1 by rm square, Z is equal to 1 by re square. Moon and Earth के बीच में ये relation निकाला गया था, that is 36. G by AM is equal to rm square divided by re square, that is equal to 3600. This leads to universal law of gravitation. This value is an excellent agreement with the value of G, that is equal to Z 9.8 meter per second square and AM is equal to 1.6 meter per second square. तो ये वैल्यू जो है ना बहुत पास में हमारी आई थी, करेक्ट. यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन के बारे में जब हम बात करते हैं तो हम क्या देखते हैं, लेट्स कंसीडर m1 is the mass of the body A and m2 is the mass of the body B. Then there is a distance between r between them. There exists a force of attraction, that is F, correct. Now this force is directly proportional to the product of two masses, and F is directly proportional to m1 into m2, and F is inversely proportional to the distance between them. The force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the masses. So इसको जब हम इकट्ठा लिखते हैं, F is directly proportional to m1 m2 by r square. Statement क्या है, every particle of matter attracts every other particle of matter with a force which is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them, correct. So if we introduce the constant G, अब यहाँ पे जो हमारा constant होगा वो होगा universal gravitational constant. तो F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. So G is the constant of proportionality known as universal gravitational constant. इसके ऊपर कुछ MCQ हम देख लेते हैं. So the gravitational force is directly proportional to A, the product of masses, B, the sum of masses, C, the division of masses, D, none of these. So the right answer for this question clear cut हमारे सामने है. The right answer is A, the product of masses. The product of masses. Gravitational force F is equal to Z m1 m2 by r square. Gravitational force F is directly proportional to m1 m2 and product of two masses लिख सकते हैं. Gravitational force is mathematically given as F is equal to G into m1 plus m2 divided by r, or B, that is equal to G m1 m2 by r, C, F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square, D, F is equal to G r square divided by m1 m2. Clearly यहाँ से हम देख सकते हैं कि the right answer for this question is C. F is equal to Z m1 m2 by r square. In the Newton's law of gravitation, Z is called as universal gravitational constant, B, acceleration due to gravity, variable, or any constant. So the right answer for this question will be A. It is universal gravitational constant. G is constant of proportionality known as universal gravitational constant. Now, coming further, universal gravitational constant G के बारे में थोड़ा और बात करते हैं. Universal gravitational constant G. Let us consider the gravitational formula to understand G. F is equal to G m1 m2 by r square. यहाँ से अगर हम देखते हैं तो G will be equal to F r square divided by m1 m2. So suppose f1 is equal to m2, that is equal to 1, and r is equal to 1, G is equal to F. So यहाँ से universal gravitational constant is numerically equal to the force of attraction between two unit masses placed at unit distance apart. तो क्या होगा? SI unit of G is Nm Newton meter square per kg square. CGS unit of G is 9 centimeter square per gram meter square per gram square. Dimension of G क्या होंगी? So this will be FR square divided by M1 M2. ये हो गया M1 L1 T minus 2 जो फोर्स का डायमेंशन है. R का हो गया L2 divided by M1 M2 का हो गया M square. So the right dimension for this will be M minus 1 L3 T minus 2. So this is the dimension for Z. This is the dimension for Z. M raised to the power minus M minus 1 L3 T minus 2 is the dimension for Z. Value for G क्या होगी? It is 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 न्यूटन मीटर स्क्वायर पर केजी स्क्वायर. जो भी स्टूडेंट यहाँ पे पहली बार हैं, let me just tell you that my referral code is AHLAWAT.09. ये मेरा रेफरल कोड जो आप यूज कर सकते हैं to come on plus, and this will provide you maximum discount. Okay, let's go further. So value of G is 6.67 into 10 power minus 8 9 centimeter square per gram square. Now let's do some of the MCQ on this. Universal gravitational constant is numerically equal to force of attraction between unit masses placed at unit distance, or force of attraction between any masses placed at unit distance, or force of attraction between any masses placed at distance, force of attraction between any masses at any distance. तो इसके लिए हमारा right answer will be force of attraction between unit masses placed at unit distance. The universal gravitational constant numerically equal to force तब होगा जब unit mass होंगे और उनके बीच का distance भी unit ही होगा. Now this is what we are seeing. Now dimensions for gravitational constant is mL2t minus 3 t3, m1 L2 t2 और m minus 1 L3 t minus 2 या फिर m minus 1 L2 T3. So the right answer for this will be Z is equal to FR square, और यहाँ से हमने निकाला था FR square divided by M1 M2, और right dimension हमें जो मिली थी M minus 1 L3 T minus 2. So C will be the right answer for this. C will be the right answer for this. The value of gravitational constant in SI unit is 6.67 into 10 power 11 Newton meter square per kg square, or 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square, or 6.67 into 10 power minus 21 Newton meter square per kg square, or 6.67 into 10 power minus 30 Newton meter square per kg square. The right answer for this is B, 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Value of G. Value of G क्या है हमारी? 6.67 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square, that is equal to 6.67 into 10 power minus 8 9 centimeter square per gram square. वेक्टर फॉर्म ऑफ न्यूटन्स लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन. चलिए इसकी वेक्टर फॉर्म भी हम देख लेते हैं. Vector form of Newton's law of gravitation, say there are two masses m1 and m2, there is a distance r between them, and then definitely there is r12 force on 1 due to 2, and there is f12 force on 1 due to 2, there is r21, that is the distance between m1 and m2, and f21 force on 2 due to 1. f21 is equal to z m1 m2 by r square into r21 cap. ठीक है, ये इसका वेक्टर फॉर्म है. f12 will be equal to z m1 m2 by r square into r12 cap. ये इसका vector form है, but r12 is equal to r21 of minus, then f12 is equal to minus f21. Gravitational force on a point mass due to the number of other point masses. अगर बहुत सारे मास एक ही मास के चारों तरफ हैं तो उसके ऊपर नेट फोर्स कितना होगा वो भी देख लेते हैं. m1 m2 के बीच में r12 cap will be m3, r13 m4 है, r12 r13 r3 m5 m6, बहुत सारे मासेस हैं जो यहाँ पे एक दूसरे के चारों तरफ हैं. then r16, तो यहाँ पे m1 is the given point mass, m2 m3 m4 m5 and f6 are other point masses around m1. r12 cap, r13 cap, r14 cap, r15 cap and r16 cap are the unit positive position vectors of masses m2 m3 m4 m5 and m6 respectively from m1. Gravitational force on m1 due to m2 is f12 is equal to z m1 m2 by r12 square into r12 cap. Similarly, f13 is equal to z m1 m3 3 divided by r13 square, r13 cap, f14 is equal to gm1m4 divided by r14 square into r14 cap, f15 is equal to gm1m5 divided by r15 square into r15 cap. So ये है रिजल्टेंट ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स ऑन m1 कितना होगा, F इज इक्वल टू f12 प्लस f13 प्लस f14 प्लस f15 प्लस f16, ये होंगे। कुछ एमसीक्यू हम इसके ऊपर कर लेते हैं। So the first question says the three equal masses of m kg each are fixed at the vertices of an equilateral triangle ABC. What is the force acting on the mass 2m placed at the centroid O of the triangle? Fr is equal to 0, Fr is equal to 1, Fr is equal to 0.5 and none of these. So the right answer for this will be Fr is equal to 0. That's the force acting of mass 2m placed at the centroid O of the triangle. यह सेंट्रॉइड ABC, ये O है 2 मीटर and this is the angle between them. Take AO is equal to BO is equal to CO is equal to 1 meter. The angle between OC and positive x-axis is 30 degrees. So the angle between OB and negative x-axis, the individual forces in vector rotation are these. FOA is equal to Gm into 2m by 1 into z cap. FOB is equal to Gm into 2m by 1 into minus 1 cos 30 minus j sin 30. FOC is equal to Gm into 2m by 1 into 1 I cos 30 minus j sin 30. From the principle of superposition and the law of vector addition, the resultant gravitational force Fr on 2m is at O is this. Fr is equal to FOA plus FOB plus FOC. Fr is equal to 2 gm square into j cap, 2 gm square minus I cos 30 minus j sin 30 plus 2 gm square into I cos 30 minus j sin 30, that is equal to 0. Now gravitational force by extended object, अगर ऑब्जेक्ट बड़ा है तो उस केस में आप को रेडियस भी कंसीडर करना पड़ेगा। लिमिटेशन ऑफ यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन क्या है? यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशन कैन बी अप्लाइड टू कैलकुलेट ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स बिटवीन पॉइंट मासेस और पॉइंट लाइक मासेस ओनली। तो एक्सटेंडेड ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए वैलिड नहीं रहता है। यूनिवर्सल लॉ ऑफ ग्रेविटेशनल cannot be applied to its original form to calculate gravitational force between extended object and point masses. To apply universal law of gravitation for extended object, the integration technique is to be applied. तो हमें इंटीग्रेट करना पड़ता है। Shell's theorem हमें क्या बोलती है? For certain extended objects like spherical shells, Shell's theorem make calculation of gravitational force very simple. Theorem 1, the force of attraction between a hollow spherical shell of uniform density and point mass situated outside the cell behaves as if the entire mass of the cell is concentrated as center. तो हम ये मानते हैं, we assume that, correct? Explanation क्या था? Theorem can be understood qualitatively as follows. The gravitational force due to the various regions of shell have two components. क्या क्या हैं? The component along the line joining of regions of shell to the point mass. The component perpendicular to the line joining the regions of the shell of the point mass. Because of the symmetry of the shell, each component along the line and perpendicular to the line has an equal and opposite component cancelling each other. Thus, the resultant force is 0. Correct? Now, theorem 2 क्या बोलता है? Theorem, the force of attraction due to the hollow spherical shell of uniform density of a point mass situated inside is 0. Explanation of the theorem can be explained qualitatively as follows. The point mass inside the shell is attracted by different regions of the shell in different direction. Because of symmetry of shell, each force has an equal and opposite force which cancel each other. The resultant force is 0 over here. कुछ MCQs के ऊपर हम कर लेते हैं। A small bed of mass 10 gram is placed at a distance 20 cm from the center of the football of mass 200 gram and radius 30 cm. The gravitational force between the ball and the bead is G by 20 Newton, G by 10 Newton, G by 5 Newton, G by 100 Newton. So the right answer will be G by 20 Newton. Why? Because from the shell theorem we know F is equal to Z mm by r square. A man of mass 50 kg is standing inside of a death well of radius 2 meter. If density of the material of the death well is 2 into 10 power 3 kg per meter cube, then the force of attraction between the death well and the man in Newton is 100 gram, 1000 gram, or G by 100 or 0. So it will be 0 over here. The force of attraction due to a hollow spherical shell of uniform density on a point mass situated inside is 0. The gravitational constant, जी के बारे में और बात करते हैं। डिटर्मिनेशन ऑफ यूनिवर्सल ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट, कैसे हम उसको फाइंड आउट करते हैं? मान लीजिए यहाँ पे there are two objects of mass capital M and small m, distance L. ये कैवेंडिश एक्सपेरिमेंट है बेसिकली हमारा। यहाँ पे स्मॉल m एंड m जब हम उनको घुमाते हैं बेसिकली लाइक दिस, तो the bar AB suspends from a ceiling and two small and identical lead spheres attached to their ends. Two large lead spheres S1 and S2 are brought close to the small ones but on opposite sides. The big spheres attract the nearby small ones by equal and opposite forces as shown in the figure. There is no net force on the bar but only a torque which is clearly equal to F times the length of the bar, where F is the force of attraction between a big sphere and a neighboring small sphere. Due to this, torque of the suspended wire gets twisted until the restoring torque of the wire equals to the gravitational torque. Restoring torque is equal to c theta, equation 1, where c is the restoring couple per unit twist and theta is the angle of twist. If d is the separation between big and the small balls having mass capital M and small m, then gravitational force is equal to zmm by d square. Equation 2 हमारे सामने आ जाती है. If L is the length of the bar AB, then torque arising out of F multiplied by L, then the deflecting gravitational torque is equal to F into L, gmm by d square into L. Gravitational force is equal to zmm by d square. At equilibrium, this is equal to the restoring torque, and hence gmm by d square into L is equal to c theta, and hence g is equal to c theta d square by mm into L. तो ये कुछ फॉर्मूले हैं जिनसे आपके क्वेश्चंस जो हैं वो सीधे बन जाएंगे। Observing the value of theta and knowing the values of other quantities, z can be calculated. Z is equal to 6.67 × 10⁻11 Newton meter square per kg square. कुछ MCQ हैं जो हम इसके ऊपर कर लेते हैं. The value of gravitational constant is 6.67 × 10⁻11 Newton meter square per kg square, या 6.87 × 10⁻11 Newton meter square per kg square, या फिर 6.67 × 10⁻13 Newton meter square per kg square, या फिर 0. So the right answer for this question will be A. इसकी वैल्यू फिक्स है in the entire universe. For every body we will be taking the same values. It does not change, it does not depend on the medium, it does not depend on the distance, so it is fixed. Universal gravitational constant have a fixed value 6.67 × 10⁻11 Newton meter square per kg square. Characteristics of gravitational law क्या क्या है? Characteristics of gravitational law, F is equal to z m1 m2 by r square हमने देख लिया है. तो क्या क्या characteristics हैं वो भी देख लेते हैं. The gravitational force is independent of the intervening medium. उसके ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं करती, मीडियम के ऊपर डिपेंड इसकी वैल्यू नहीं करती है. पॉइंट नंबर 2, the gravitational force is a conservative force. ये क्या है? एक conservative force. तीसरी बात, the force exerted by the first particle on the second is exactly equal and opposite to the force exerted by the second particle on the first. 4. The gravitational force between two particles act along the line joining the two particles and they form a action-reaction pair. क्या है? Action-reaction pair भी बनाते हैं. कुछ MCQ हैं जो हम यहाँ पे देख सकते हैं. Gravitational force does not depend on intervening medium, product of the masses, square of the distance between them, none of the above. So the right answer is intervening medium. ये ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स उसके ऊपर डिपेंड नहीं करती है. डेफिनेटली प्रोडक्ट ऑफ मास के ऊपर डिपेंड करती है, स्क्वायर ऑफ डिस्टेंस के ऊपर भी डिपेंड करती है. तो बी एंड सी राइट ऑप्शन नहीं है, ए इज द राइट ऑप्शन हो गया. ये हम यहाँ पे देख चुके हैं. करेक्ट. सो विद दिस टुडेज क्लास वी आर डन. आज हमने पढ़ा है यूनिवर्सल ग्रेविटेशनल कांस्टेंट काफी डिटेल में. आगे आने वाले सेशन में हम ग्रेविटेशन खत्म करेंगे. टिल दैट टाइम हैव अ ग्रेट टाइम. Don't forget to use the code AHLAWAT.09 to come on plus. With this code you will be getting maximum discount. Do meet us in the special classes so that you get the benefit. It is completely free. You can use this code to unlock your free plan on Unacademy, and you can use the same to buy plus or iconic subscription for yourself in any of the category 9, 10th, 11th, 12th, CA, Foundation, Bank, Railways, UPSC, SSC, any and every category on Unacademy, and you will be getting maximum discount. So with this we'll be finishing our class today. Till that time we meet again. You have a great time. God bless you. Stay safe and stay home. Take care of yourself. God bless you. We will be meeting on every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. at 8 o'clock sharp on YouTube. And apart from this, we'll be having special classes where you need to download the Unacademy app and you need to follow my profile.